the opening bell of the NFL Stock Exchange podcast. I'm Trevor Sikkema. That is Connor Rogers joining you guys on a mock draft Monday. I know we said we had one more episode of the collab mock draft series, but schedules get in the way. Connor, you know how it is. I mean, we're coming down to the wire. We're trying to get a lot of different people who are doing a lot of different things. And so it just didn't work out this week, unfortunately. If you really want to see or hear somebody else's voices, you can go watch the old collab mock draft episodes. But we're trying to make it up to you. And we are doing so by giving you a 3-round what we would do mock draft, just 10 days, 11 days, whatever
That's
it is
scary.
from draft night. But buddy, we have been promising this for a while. I know we dove into the collab mock draft series and that kind of, I don't want to say got in the way, but we were doing that. And when we had an opening here on a Monday, we're like, what should we do? Hey, let's finally give the people that 3-round mock draft they have been clamoring for. So I am very excited about this one. This is going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be a doozy, too. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to test our knowledge of this class, but I'm excited for it, man.
Me too. It's fun when you, like, we were talking off air how we want to kind of breeze through the first round of this because everybody watching has seen the first round play out so many times and they know these players so well by now that we'd rather allocate a lot more of the time to rounds 2 and 3. And like you said, we're going to get to round 3 and it's going to be like, wow, we don't get to talk about this guy's actual fit with the team too often. So it is exciting when you get to this stage of it where you're so sick of the top 30 to 40 players in terms of like, you're like, all right, give me something else. So this was the right time to do this, and it'll be fun that it's kind of what we would angle towards. Yeah. So we're not sitting here saying, well, you know, here's the quarterback scenario for the 9,000th time, or it's actually there could be some creative thought process here as well.
No, so well, it's obviously we're going to get somewhat realistic with it in a what we would do mock draft, but like you mentioned, we'll spend a lot more time on rounds 2 and 3 because I feel like I've just been listening to the people who listen to this podcast, and I've been reading a lot of comments, and y'all are to the point where, like Connor said, we've done first round mock drafts for the last 2-3 months. Like you guys are like, okay, like who are the next players? How are we building out a draft class for different teams? So that's why we wanted to do this exercise. We feel like it would be a good one. This is our last what we would do mock because a week from now, we're going to give you, well, we actually might do the final mock on Wednesday now that I'm thinking out loud about it. Playing the pod on the pod. What's new? But we're going to give you the next mock draft that we do is going to be the final predictive one. Like it's going to be what we actually think is going to happen. That's going to happen sometime on draft week. So this is the last what we would do mock draft. Dude, I didn't even ask you before the podcast.
I was going to say, we don't even know the order.
Odds or evens. Which one do you want? Which one do you want here?
Oh, man.
I will take either. I don't care. I really don't.
Let's see. I'll take the odds. I'll kick us off here.
Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead.
I'd rather put the polarizing, maybe not so much, actually, number 2 selection in your hands. Number 1 for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Make you do some early heavy lifting for the pod. What else is new? Number 1, Panthers. Bryce Young's my top quarterback. They need a quarterback. They traded a lot of picks to get here. I think he's the best one. I've talked about how much I love this player for a long time, Trevor. Bryce Young, number 1 overall.
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, this is where I would go as well, and it sounds like this is where the Carolina Panthers are going, right?
Yeah, it's angled that way recently, huh? It's funny how things turn around corners in the draft.
And what was the very first conversation that you and I had when Carolina traded up to number 1? Okay, there's just buzz for all 3 other quarterbacks, no buzz for Bryce. That's interesting to me.
Yeah, peculiar to say the least.
So it feels like that we're getting back to that angle. So we're at Houston at number 2. And I know it's a what we would do mock. I'd be taking a quarterback here, no question about it. Do we want to set up the scenario of Houston not taking a quarterback? Because our pod, we can do whatever we want.
That's right.
But it does feel like we are getting closer to Houston not taking a quarterback at number 2. Lance Zierlein, he's super plugged in, especially in Houston. And he is leading the charge that, not to say, and Lance has not said this, Lance is not saying, oh, it's for sure not a quarterback. But he has been prepping everybody that if they don't love another quarterback, and it doesn't sound like they love another quarterback, like they love Bryce Young.
The Lovie Smith parting gift.
Dude.
Keeps on giving.
Lovey is just the ultimate Houston Texans villain, man.
Oh my
And I
God.
love, like, it's the best kind. It's like the villain that you kind of have a little soft spot for, right? Because they clearly put him in a situation where he was never going to be able to survive the way he needed to get a job extension. And so he wins the last game of the season, puts him in an awful spot here, number 2 overall. They can't trade up to number 1, and here we are having this conversation. So look, I'll pick a number 2, obviously, but do we want to set up a mock draft where Houston doesn't take a quarterback?
I think we do.
You want to have fun with it? Because
our goal of the show is to always map out every scenario leading up to the draft, and we haven't mapped this one out enough. I know months ago we had the discussion of, like, imagine trading for a Jordan Love kind of player and just using these picks to load up on talent. That was like one of our Galaxy Brain things months ago, but we haven't had this kind of scenario.
It's dangerous because I get it. Okay, if you don't love any of these quarterbacks in this class other than Bryce, don't force it. But at the same time, I mean, people are like, oh, they're all in for Caleb Williams next year. Casario ain't making this pick. If they
have fired.
Right. He's not making this pick. Can you imagine if they're bad enough to go get Caleb Williams?
Oh,
they're
my
not keeping
God.
Casario. No way.
No
So
shot.
it's a strange scenario, but I would love to set it up because I would love to see how we would draft after this. Will Anderson going number 2 overall to the Houston Texans. So that's what I'm going to have here in this mock.
So, wow, that puts Arizona in a fascinating spot. And yeah, for real. And I'm not going to, beg somebody to trade into this spot here. Obviously, they've been trying to do that. Maybe they still do. For me, Trevor, if this is how it would go for me, if I was Arizona, Will Anderson's gone. I'm taking Devin Witherspoon. And I'm not even hesitating about it. I'm really not. I listen, Jalen Carter, there's just so much going on there, and they can't miss. I like Tyree Wilson. I do. And I think that's who they would pick. I think that's at least who would be the favorite in this scenario.
Yeah.
Besides a trade. But I have no problem taking Devin Witherspoon. I think he's a great player. I think they have needs at all 3 levels of the defense. You go get yourself a number 1 corner and a guy that, has a little FU, has a little snarl to his game to kind of lead your new era.
If they're staying at 3, man, that would be fun as hell. And you know that we love Devon Witherspoon on this podcast. And so certainly, like, the prospect being worth something of a top pick here makes total sense. Trade down options. Now that there's actually, this is an interesting conversation that we could have right now. If there's 3 quarterbacks on the board instead of 2, I wonder if that hurts Arizona. Right?
Or helps. Does somebody love Stroud?
Well, okay. So if somebody,
but you're also right.
So if somebody loves Stroud, then yes, I think that would certainly help this conversation. But like, if you're Indianapolis and if you're Indianapolis and you have Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud anywhere near each other, scouting wise, you're not trading up to 3. Hell no, you're not doing that. Why would you do that?
No.
And I think that even if you're the Raiders, if you get to number 3 overall and there's still 3 quarterbacks off the board,
no, yeah.
Raiders probably aren't trading to 3. So then all of a sudden, maybe you're getting somebody else in the mix. But then does Arizona want to go all the way to 11 for the Titans? Now, like, this is extremely interesting if there's 3 quarterbacks on the board instead of just Anthony Richardson and Will Levis. So you're going Devon Witherspoon at 3? We're making it happen?
I'm locking that in, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go CJ Stroud with the Indianapolis Colts. As much as, I would love to cap off the motto of the podcast saying that Will Levis, you are an Indianapolis Colts. Still think it could happen. But with CJ on the board here, you continue to upgrade the offensive line. You're getting a lot of nice receiving options in there right now. Not that it's finished, but you got Jonathan Taylor to lean on with the run game. I think this is a really great scenario for CJ Stroud. And for a player who is one of the purest pocket passers in this class, I think the offense is already very close to this. And he would be a great fit in Indianapolis. So I'm going to go Stroud here at 4.
So at 5 for me with the Seahawks, I'm taking Peter Skoronski. I don't care if he has, in this scenario, he's playing guard, right? Or even the idea of center. He's playing guard, though, for Seattle here. Mm-hmm. They got their 2 tackles. They had a really nice season last year with a lot of young players that are growing into big roles. And in this spot, if you're not comfortable with Jalen Carter, this is where I pivot to going by my board. This is a mock draft where it's like I look at my board, I look at team needs that align, and I do it. And Skoronski is excellent Excellent. I mean, a name that I have heard thrown around from legitimate people evaluating him in the league, and I can't believe this hyperbole because it's even a little rich for me, but like people are like, maybe Zach Martin, maybe. And you and I have really aligned on the ABT comparison. When those are the names being thrown around, I have no problem taking you in this spot. So
Yeah.
Seattle, they are going to be a problem to deal with in the with the offensive line trenches, the way they could run and throw the ball and work play action if this happened.
Yeah, man, I was thinking about this scenario with Peter Skoronski with the Seattle Seahawks, or I was thinking about Paris Johnson Jr. as well. But Skoronski, I think his transition to guard and him being a super impactful guard is a little bit better than Paris Johnson's because I think Johnson's built as a tackle. It's just going to be a little bit different. But I actually was thinking about this scenario a couple of days ago, them continuing to fortify the offensive line and just have an absolute wall in Seattle that they are building. So Skoronski going off the board at 5, puts the Lions on the clock at 6. Jalen Carter's still here. I'm taking Jalen Carter, man.
Yeah, I get it. I get
it. This is with me sitting in this chair, knowing just the little bit that we know kind of on the outside of these situations. I'm still taking this dude. Absolute monster. One of the most disruptive players in all of college football over the last 2 years. An incredible 3 technique player. Just built different, to steal a phrase from the kids. Like, it's just not many guys are built like Jalen Carter. I can't think the slide is very, very, very far on draft day. And here I'm going to have it stop at 6.
So 7 with the Raiders, quarterbacks fall into their lap in both Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. I am going to go for the sky-high traits in Richardson.
Son of a...
I love that he could go here and sit behind Jimmy G. And
I was going to take him for the Falcons.
Yeah, no, that's not happening, partner. Anthony Richardson to the Raiders. He could sit and develop. He brings excitement to a franchise out in Vegas. It's just, this is the spot for me. And Josh McDaniels, this might be, and obviously they had Cam Newton there in New England. But for Josh McDaniels, you're going to be creating 2 different offenses, right? One for Jimmy that Jimmy's played in, and then some wrinkles with Richardson. But I think this is the fact that the Raiders don't have to move, like you highlighted, Trevor. This is just great for them.
We were so close, Falcon fans.
You are just like disheveled.
We were so close to the dream. We really were. I'd love to give him an edge rusher. I could go Nolan Smith here, but I'm going to go Gonzalez. I'm taking Christian Gonzalez. We've done this one. We've done this one before, but I think it makes too much sense. You got Gonzalez at one side. You got AJ Terrell on the other, and then obviously you're throwing in the Jeff Okudah piece into the mix too. Can he play in the slot for you? Is he just a versatile outside guy that can fill in for you? So, yeah, I'll go Christian Gonzalez to make sure that you've got the boundaries pretty set up well.
How about the Falcons, man? Jesse Bates roaming behind AJ Terrell and Christian Gonzalez. Okudah is this wild card that you threw a dart on.
Yeah, much different than what they had last year.
Much different looking pass defense. The Bears at 9, I'm going to go with Tyree Wilson in this spot.
Okay.
I love his power, his length. He's still figuring it out. The Bears need playmakers up front in this front 7. And Tyree Wilson is one of those guys that, when I wrote up his eval, I wrote that he really has no pass rush plan right now, but he's so freakish. He's going to just kind of almost sleepwalk into production at times. And then you look at it and go, man, if you actually coach him up and give him some kind of plan, then you're looking at, where the all-pro traits start to pop out. So I'm comfortable with him at 9. I wouldn't love him in that top 5 or 6, but at 9 for a pass rush needy team, I think this is a good spot.
Eagles at 10. It's what we would do. Jackson Smith and Jigba would still be hilarious. I know people were mad about it last time when we did that.
I don't know why.
It would still be hilarious. I think I'm going to go Darnell Wright here.
Oh, God.
Because
that line. Oh, my God.
Because you can plug Darnell Wright in it. I think he is a mean guard. And then you basically say to him, like, hey, man, like when Lane Johnson's done, either next year or the year after, you're taking over at right. So you're going back to your home spot anyways. So I think I'm going to go with Darnell right here. This is just how the Eagles have really built things. I think that's my pick. I got to go with it. I like Darnell Wright.
So this puts me in a weird spot because logic tells you Tennessee takes Will Levis. But this is truly a what we would do mock draft. And I can't sit here with Will Levis on my board at 38th overall and take Will Levis. Like I can't do that. It just doesn't align with rankings. So for Tennessee here, I am going to take Paris Johnson. I'm going to get the tackle. Let Ryan Tannehill play out this expiring deal. We'll see where the rest of this draft goes. But I'm not going to rush the quarterback era for Rand Carthen here. I would rather take Paris and fortify the offensive line. I'd rather take Jackson Smith and Jigba if Paris wasn't here. So,
all right, Texans on the clock at 12. We gave them.
Here we go.
Will Anderson at 2. I'm going to give him Will Levis.
Yeah.
Tier at 12. Back-to-back wills.
Yes.
The will to survive.
Will and Will Law Firm. The will to survive.
The will to win. That's basically just what
won't they make the Texans a real football franchise?
You guys are going to have to sign your will because we're coming for your necks.
Oh, man. Or there'll be Nick Casero's will because he'll get fired for doing this. Oh, boy.
I need all
ran
of
that into the ground.
Okay, we did that off the top of the dome for like 10, 15 seconds. I want you guys to fire off the best Will and Will Texans puns that you possibly can for the Houston Texans motto next season if they draft Will Anderson at 2 and then Will Levis at 12. You're up with the Jets.
The Jets are up here at 13. Oh, man. This is actually a little tricky, right? Because Skoronski, Darnell Wright, and Paris Johnson are gone. I do like Broderick Jones in this spot. I do. There is like something tugging at my hip to take Kalijah Kancey here again.
Oh, really?
But the problem, this is the thing with the Jets right now. Then you're trusting Dwayne Brown, Mekhi Becton, and Max Mitchell, 2 of the 3 to play the full year, or else you're not going to be able to protect Aaron Rodgers. So what I want to do is take Kalijah Kancey because of where the Jets are with their offensive line, what they've failed to do. I have to take Broderick Jones. But I just want that out there.
All right.
I just want it out there.
So you are taking Broderick.
I took Broderick.
Okay. All right. Patriots up at 14. I think I'm just going to go Anton Harrison.
Okay. The tackle run is just like a bonanza.
Well, right? Good football. Oh, wait. Nolan's still on the board.
He is?
But they already have Uche. Is he basically playing the same position?
I would think so.
I don't know if people
I would think so.
Yeah, because they have Uche and then Matthew Judon as their pass rushers, as their like stand-up pass rushers.
Yeah.
Okay. They might take Nolan. I don't know if they would or not, but I'll just go Anton Harrison. I think
Anton Harrison to New England.
Yeah.
15 Green Bay. Plenty of needs. I'm going to go Jackson Smith-Njigba. I think he's the best wide receiver in the draft.
Nice.
I think they need a wide receiver. Will they listen? I scream for this for Green Bay every year in the first round.
No,
they usually don't.
No,
we'll see.
No, absolutely not. Deontay Banks?
Seems tailor-made for you.
Yep. Washington Commanders. I'm going Deontay Banks. It's easy.
You have him higher than, right?
I have what?
Banks higher than Joey Porter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure of that.
Yeah.
I've heard that's a trend that's picking up a little steam lately because of Banks' athleticism.
CB3.
Yeah, that could happen. All right, 17, the Steelers. The offensive line situation couldn't have gone worse for the Steelers in this draft.
No.
I clicked to draft Banks, and it is the old PFF mock draft simulator is like overwhelmed by Banks going there. It's just doing the circle thing right now.
To Washington?
Yes.
Oh,
it's just I think my draft is frozen, but off the top of my dome here, Joey Porter Jr. is in play. On the board.
Yeah.
Man, like I don't even hate. No, I think that's probably the pick here.
Joey Porter Jr.
I think so. We haven't run into this situation for the Steelers a ton where you're like, oh man, he's got a little ugly click. Yeah, I'm going to take Joey Porter Jr. I don't think my draft ever plans on letting me back in, but I took Porter Jr. to the Steelers, theoretically.
Okay. If you have to refresh it, just let me know, and this is a good spot. We're halfway through the first round. I can just read it off to you.
I did, but you go make your pick. I think I memorized the picks. I think. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Let me know.
As weird as this has been.
All right. So you're picking Joey Porter Jr. for the Steelers, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So he's off the board. Lions at 18. We got Jalen Carter in hand. I'm not going to draft Bijan. I could draft Quentin Johnson.
That conversation interests me. Like,
what,
you have DeAndre Swift. You just paid David Montgomery. That's just that's a weird spot, right?
Yeah, I don't think Bijan's going to be an option for them. I really don't.
Okay.
I'm so tempted to give them Nolan Smith.
I mean, listen, you don't have to sell anyone, I think, on that one.
Good football player.
I don't think you have to sell anyone too hard on that one.
I'm going to have Nolan rated higher than Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, then there it is, right? Like,
drafting good football players, man.
I did. You should be proud. I did memorize the draft.
Okay, great. I'm going to go Nolan Smith for the Lions at 18. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm just making strength stronger, man. That gives you, in theory, Jalen Carter, Aiden Hutchinson, James Houston, Nolan Smith, Aleem McNeil, Levi Onwuzurike. Hopefully, if the back gets right. They also have Josh Paschal to be a really nice interior lineman for this team.
With Jalen Carter in the middle, though, it's like, oof.
Yeah, I mean, like your front seven is absolutely stacked. Oh, I forgot they had Derek Barnes as well, who's playing linebacker for him, but he's a really great downhill linebacker.
Malcolm Rodriguez had a good rookie year.
Oh, yeah. No. I just wasn't listing off ball guys, but
yeah.
That's.
And I think Nolan could play some off ball for them if this was the pick. So
love it.
Bucks at 19. Man, it's just another situation where it hasn't really broke that well for them. But in this spot, I'm going to take Lucas Van Ness. I'm going to go with a power rusher here.
Okay.
For the Bucks. It's just, there's not an offensive lineman I could justify here. I'm not going to take Hendon Hooker here. And I think Cansey is too small for Todd Bowles. They wouldn't. I don't think they wouldn't do that.
No.
So I would take Cansey, but they wouldn't do that. And you do want to be, as much as you stick to your board, you also want to stick to the scheme. So I'm going to go with Van Ness in this spot.
Okay. All right. Edge rusher there in Van Ness. Seahawks, who do you take it? 5? Oh, Skoronski.
Yeah. Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Okay. All right. So you got Peter Skoronski. I'm going to take Myles Murphy then, I think. Am I crazy?
No, I don't think so.
Because who's their edges?
Well, they drafted Boye Mafe last year. They had a really good season out of Uchenna.
Yeah.
And Wosu. They did get some production out of Taylor last year. Daryl Taylor.
Yeah, these are lighter guys. I think I'm still going to go Myles Murphy.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not. I don't think you're crazy at all for.
I think Myles Murphy's getting a little bit underrated now at this point.
You know who I wrote him up officially the other night. And when I write someone up, I always do a comp, even if it's not on the nose. He really is very similar to Jadeveon Clowney, very similar. I thought for a while he could be last summer a Cam Jordan, Trayvon Walker. He's not as freaky as Walker. He's not as heavy as Jordan. When you look at the athletic profile and that straight line speed in the body,
pretty close.
They're pretty close. And Clowney's still not a great pass rusher. He's a great run defender. And Myles Murphy, that's kind of the trajectory he's currently on. So Murphy to Seattle at 20. 21 the Chargers. Corners are mostly gone. This is tricky. I think I don't like repeating picks. No, you know what? No, I lied. I know what I'm going to do. And maybe people will hate it, and I don't care because he's too good. I'm taking Bijan Robinson to the Chargers at 21. Eckler wants an extension.
Wow.
They don't seem interested.
Football player.
They don't seem interested in doing that. So Eckler's on an expiring. I don't know if they'll trade him. I don't think they will ultimately, but maybe they could. Eckler's great. But once again, I just don't think they're going to pay him what he wants at this stage of his career. I'm going to take a guy that I think is a top 5 player in the draft. and just surround Herbert with the best playmaker in the entire draft. I'm sure I know that pick is going to catch heat. I don't care.
Who cares?
I don't care. It's what I would
good
do.
Football players.
So,
I mean, relative to what they can contribute to the team and their value. But draft good football players. Baltimore Ravens at 22. Odell Beckham Jr. in hand. Lamar Jackson not. Tough scene there. I don't want to go Forbes. Don't make me do it.
I mean, there's just no way you do that in what we would do. I have Forbes at 59th overall.
I think it's kind of crazy, man. I mean, people are like, yeah, you just, like pack 20 pounds on him. If you thought it was is that easy to pack 20 pounds on him, would you not think that he would already be 180? What do you think the staff at Mississippi State has no idea what they're doing nutrition-wise? Oh, he's 165. Nah, he's fine. I don't know. I just think people are just like, yeah, just pack 15, 20 pounds on him.
I just always laugh
sure,
when
he's a kid. He's going to get bigger, but I don't know.
When it starts with like, well, did you see like the plays he made on the ball? And you and I, we always talk about when we watch the interceptions. Like some of them are good. They're like, there's half of them are like,
others are the other ones are he's in trail technique and playing good trail technique, and it's horribly underthrown ball, and he's right there. All right. Anyways, didn't mean for this to become the roast of.
It happens every time.
I know.
Ravens at 22.
Ravens at 22.
I don't envy you in this spot, by the way.
I know, it's tough. Bowser, they have OA. They have their linebackers set up. They have their interior guys set up. They drafted Travis Jones last year. Man, if the corner run starts like this, I mean, like, they're just screwed. I mean, I might just draft Brian Branch just to draft Brian Branch. Just because I have him super high on my list.
I know, but don't they play Hamilton in that kind of role a decent amount?
Yes.
Because they gave away Chuck Clark for nothing.
All right, Mazzie Smith. Whatever.
Okay.
There you go, Ravens fans.
Vikings at 23. Kalijah Cansey, too much talent, a need. This one wasn't very hard for me.
All right. Jags, Brian Branch at 24.
There you go. You made your life easier. You didn't play yourself.
Yeah, there you go. I purposely didn't play myself there. I was talking with some of the guys who work for the broadcast team with the Jags, and they were like, what's your ideal pick? And I was like, Brian Branch, 100%. So made this one easy. Made it come true.
25, the Giants. This one for me is Quentin Johnston in this spot. They need size at wide receiver. I'm not as high on Johnston as some, but I still think you could take the swing in this spot. I'm at 33rd overall player. It's a big need. So I'm fine with the bump here. Quentin Johnston, the Giants.
Cowboys, no temptation for Bijan.
He's gone.
Gone but not forgotten, Dallas's depth chart. Let me just make sure I'm not doing anything incredibly dumb. Got the Brandon Cooks edition. Got Michael Gallup. He's going to have a better bounce back year. Have CeeDee Lamb. He's already a stud. Offensive line's pretty solid. They're probably going to kick out Tyler Smith to right tackle, right? Maybe. If they do that, they might have.
Well, it depends on their draft. Yeah. You thinking of Vila here?
Maybe.
Yeah. I thought that's where you were going.
They also, they have Jake Ferguson. They got Peyton Hendershot. I think I'm going Michael Mayer.
I love that so much.
I think I'm going Mayer. Mayer's the better pick. I think Mayer's the best return on investment there. So
by a pretty sizable gap.
Mm-hmm.
Bills at 27. Tricky for the Bills in this spot.
Ooh.
But I think, what are you thinking?
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
They have a potential guard need.
They do.
And a potential tackle need. I am higher on Matthew Bergeron than you.
You are,
but I would like it.
I don't think it's insane.
I would like it, in my honest opinion, in my humble, honest opinion.
I don't think that's insane. If you want the flexibility to tackle, you take Bergeron over Avila and over Torrance.
Yes.
But I'm going to take Torrance.
Okay.
Because I think the talent is too significant.
I have Bergeron rated higher at guard, so for me, that's why it would make sense for me. But if you have, I think you had Torrance higher on the interior guys, so that's what would make sense for you.
Yep.
Cool. Bengals at 28. Colton Kincaid is here.
I was gonna say he's been hanging around.
He has been hanging around. Down the street. Same old thing we did last week. I think I gotta go Kincaid. It's Kincaid or Washington.
Yeah.
But I think
Kincaid. Just depends what you want.
Yeah. I don't know if Joe Mixon's going to be on this team come next.
It doesn't feel like it.
Or comes week 1. So would they take a chance? No.
Gibbs? I do like it a lot.
Yeah, because they don't really do. Yeah, but they don't pick again until 60. There's enough running backs that are going to be available at 60.
Okay.
Kincaid's too good. I'm taking Kincaid.
All right, Kincaid goes to the Bengals.
Yep.
29, the Saints.
Yep.
This for me is Avila right here.
Oh, okay.
Guard center flexibility.
Nice.
High floor. Get back to being and he's the type of interior offensive lineman that offense typically likes.
Eagles at 30. I went Darnell Wright at 10. Say Flowers here.
I was like, oh boy.
So is Brian Brzee, who I think that they would like. So is BJ Ojulari. Oh man, what a setup for the Eagles. I'm going Zay Flowers. Score points. Score points, folks. That's the name of the game. It's the name of the game.
Chiefs at 31. They need pass rush help. BJ Ojulari is the guy here for me.
Your guy.
Stand up, speed rusher. It was him or Will McDonald in this spot. I'll lean Ojulari. Get yourself. I mean, they let Frank Clark go. They got Karlaftis on one side. Get yourself a more finesse kind of rusher.
Get yourself a BJ Ojulari. So I won't read off all the picks from the first round, but when we select in the second and third rounds, we'll obviously reference the haul that they already have. Yep. Pittsburgh Steelers are up at 32. At 17, Connor had them taking Joey Porter Jr. I'm going to have them taking DeJuan Jones here. This is a super common pairing. Some sort of combination of either Deonte Banks or Joey Porter Jr. and then normally DeJuan Jones is still here, so you take DeJuan Jones. I think that's probably their best route. Yeah.
Texans are on the clock. They have Will Anderson, 2nd overall. Mm-hmm. Will Levis, 12th overall. Oh my gosh.
Connor. You see what I'm looking at, don't you?
Yeah, I got to do it. I got to do it. I have to.
It.
I mean, well, I don't have to do it because there's a pick that makes a little bit more sense.
But
one? I could take Will McDonald.
You could take Will McDonald. 3 Will.
3 Will. Think of the shirts. Think of the shirts.
And it's just the motto of the draft or of the Texans is just we will. That's it.
No, like in big letters, we will, and then in smaller letters, like prepare, practice, win, work.
Connor, they have no edge rushers. You can double up.
They took Will Anderson.
They have no edge rushers. You can double up.
Okay, for the sake of the content, I have to do it.
Okay, who else would you
Jordan
pick?
Addison.
Which would also be a fine selection.
A fine selection. But I'm going to take Will McDonald. And think, to be fair, think of D'Amico.
We will.
We will. D'Amico wants pass rushers for that scheme. It's Will McDonald here at 33. Will, and Will. Oh, God. We've sold ourselves to the content, and I'm fine with it.
Dodgeball. It's like dodgeball, where it's like dive, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. It's just like Will, this, Will, and Will.
It's so good.
Hold on, do they have anybody? They have anybody named Will on the team?
Oh, I feel like good about our odds here.
Come on, Will is a very common name.
Such a common name.
Come on, anybody?
It's not looking good right now.
William, Bill, even, you know? I don't see anybody.
No, it's not looking good.
Damn.
They do have Roy Lopez.
D'Angelo, so close. No, that's it. Don't have it. All right, we're just adding three will to the team.
You know, I did forget. Jerry Hughes had a good season last year.
He did. No, he did.
But Jerry Hughes is also turning 35 in training camp. I took Will McDonald. Okay. You're up with Arizona.
All right, Will McDonald. You gave the Arizona Cardinals Devon Witherspoon at number 3. They're up back on the clock right now at 34.
Very easy team to pick for. Nobody can tell you it's not a need.
Yeah, throw a dart at the dartboard. What is Hopkins, but he's probably out. Marquise Brown, he's small. Rondale Moore, he's small. I'm not going to give him Jordan Addison. It'd just be...
No, it'd be Tillman here for me. I know you, and you have some different opinions. Like, you'd be Michael Wilson for them eventually.
Well, Josh Downs would technically be next on my board.
I mean, small.
They wouldn't do that with Ryan.
Right? Like, if we just keep running to the same...
Greg Dortch is on this team.
Yeah. Great. Lovely. Why don't you take Tank Dell in round 3 and round 4 as well, Arizona?
I'm going to draft Emmanuel Fort. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Jeez. I think I might draft... Let's just go Brian Brzee. I think this is the right spot for him. Yeah, and he can play a lot of different spots in your odd front if you want. And even if you're an even front, he can be a nose tackle, he can be a 3 tech for you. So I do think the best ball from Brzee is ahead of him. So this makes sense. Early second round makes sense for Brzee. They definitely need defensive line.
So the Colts on the clock at 35. Mm-hmm. They have CJ Stroud.
They do indeed.
I think I'm going to take Jordan Addison here. I really like the way he would complement Pittman's style.
Okay.
And now you're in an offense that you have an operator under center that's going to throw in rhythm when guys separate. And that's Addison. So Jordan Addison would be the pick for me at 35.
This one's pretty easy for me then with the Los Angeles Rams at 36. I'm going Matthew Bergeron.
Okay.
I mean, they've got needs along the offensive line everywhere. And I think Bergeron is just a damn good offensive lineman. He can play interior for you if you need him to. He can play tackle for you if you need him to. So I'm going Bergeron at 36.
So Seattle's on the clock. They took Skoronski 5th overall. They took Miles Murphy 20th overall in this draft. This one gets kind of interesting for me here. I am looking at some interior defensive line options. They could still take a center, but I think we could wait a little bit on that. They could take a corner. Man, let me pull up my board, make sure I'm not skipping anybody.
Got to pull up the board.
Got to have it. No, what am I doing? I know exactly who I'm taking here.
Who are you taking?
Taking John Michael Schmitz.
Oh, yeah, your boy.
Really, when you look at Seattle right now with Kenneth Walker and a play-action offense with Geno, DK, and Lockett, the 2 tackles they got last year, and they walk out of this draft with Skoronski and John Michael Schmitz.
Cool.
That's how you build a winning football team in a conference that you're going to be tougher than everybody.
Damn,
look at what the Niners have done to everybody.
Peter Skoronski, Miles Murphy, and John Michael Schmitz is just some serious beef.
Beef. It's the beef train.
Dude, it's what's for dinner.
Yes.
Not going to be. Wendy's could never. Wait. Wendy's could never be a sponsor of the Seattle Seahawks because you'd never have to ask, where's the beef? You know?
Oh, man. We're not even to pick 40, and like the mock is just, we're trying so hard to not drive it off the cliff.
Las Vegas Raiders. You gave him Anthony Richardson at 7. I would have loved to pick Osiris Torrance here.
I was going to say, they are like beefy guard express when you look at this pick. Every time I do it.
Yeah.
Damn, all the beefy guard express boys are gone.
That's right.
They really all went.
I know.
Avila, Torrance, Bergeron.
You did this to me.
I kind of did.
You did this.
To be fair.
I'll go Keanu Benton.
Yeah.
They need D-line as well. They need interior D-line help.
They do. He's a really nice fit for them. 39, the Panthers. They started off the draft with Bryce Young, which you truly love to see. For me in this spot, I would take Cedric Tillman. They need wide receiver help.
Okay.
I love Tillman's ability to shield defenders and win the football. And I think he's well worthy of the 39th overall pick.
All right. So it's Bryce and Cedric right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good combo. Saints are on the clock. You had them taking Steve Avila at 29. I'm going to have them taking Adetomiwa Adebawore here at 40. I feel like he is their type. I feel like he could be a really versatile player for them. You just play a lot of different spots in the D-line. And they're bringing in a lot of new faces along the D-line. Shai Tuttle's out. David Onyemata's out. Marcus Davenport's out. Yeah, they still got Peyton Turner. They still got Cam Jordan. They've still got a handful of other guys, but I know they brought in Kalen Saunders. They brought in Nathan Shepard, but I think Adetomiwa brings you some pretty nice athleticism and some pretty rare measurables to go along with this game. So I think you're probably stacking a little bit of weight on him, letting him play 3 tech, but for New Orleans, I think he'd be multiple for their front.
So 41, the Titans, they do need a lot of different things on defense. There's not a wide receiver here that I like. They did take Paris Johnson in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Keon White and give Vrabel some help at edge pass rush. They locked up Jeffrey Simmons. Now you need some more guys to play around him. They have Harold Landry, obviously, who'll be coming back from injury. But Keon White gives them a different, bigger kind of edge that's really good against the run. Good straight line athlete. 41 is a nice spot for him here.
All right, so Jets are up. And they got back-to-back picks here, 42 and 43.
And as the days go on, there's a world where they're making them, apparently. So here we go.
Wild. How do we feel, Connor, about Darnell Washington at 42?
I mean, I'm such a fan of the player. And listen, like people will go, well, the Jets have their 3 tight ends. They've been also having a lot of tight ends in for visits, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah, they have a lot of tight ends.
I love Darnell Washington.
I know, yeah, he's just different, man.
He is.
Like, he's a better blocker than Uzama, Conklin.
Oh, it's not even in the same
Rucker.
It's not even in the same stratosphere.
Right. You can't say like, oh, all the tight end snaps are accounted for. If you have a better blocker, no, they're not.
He's on the field.
I'm
right
going
away.
I'm going Darnell. Then.
That's a really fun pick.
Yeah. All right. Darnell Washington.
So they need a center. But let's say they get the deal done with Ben Jones and they wait a little bit on center here because John Michael Schmitz is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And he's visited them. We know they like him. I'm not taking Tippmann in this spot, although I know many would. It's a little rich for me. I'm going to take Felix Anudike-Uzomah here.
Okay.
They need edge pass rush 2 years from now.
Me again.
Yeah, it's been Snipe
Falcons
City
are
for
44.
You.
What
and
are
I know
you doing?
You love him.
What is your beef?
Yeah, I can't believe Felix made it to 43 in this draft.
I mean, yeah, I think he's an early second rounder. Where he should be. That's where he should be.
That's true. I think we get carried away that everybody's a first rounder.
Yeah, I would not be tempted with him in the first round. I mean, maybe the Chiefs with the last pick if they. He's a solid player.
No, you're right. He's not a prototypical first round edge. You've had a real
Falcons.
fun time with the Falcons lately.
Yeah, I had them taking Christian Gonzalez up in the first round. Drew Sanders is here. I'm very intrigued. I am intrigued. He needs something on the D-line, man. Come on. Help me out. Tui Pelotu could be a selection for them as well. They signed Bud Dupree. Okay. Have Lorenzo Carter. Got Arnold Ibikady. They have Troy Anderson. Got Caden Ellis. I think I'm going to go Drew Sanders.
Okay.
I think it's the best pick.
Little pass rush help
Yeah,
from
because he could play off ball or pass rusher for you. And I think they're going to need some upgrade in one of those areas wherever you are more deficient. I think Sanders can fill that void. So Sanders at 44 to the Falcons.
45, Green Bay. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba in the first round. I'm not going to double up at wide receiver. I think they need help at tight end. And this is me picking. So I'm not taking Luke Musgrave or Laporta over Tucker Kraft. I'm going to take Tucker Kraft. Although I want to see the value here. I want to see if maybe it makes sense for Green Bay, who does have the 78th pick, to wait on tight end and get something else here that has a little bit more value in terms of the player. Yeah, I do think that strategy makes a little bit more sense when you look at the board.
So which one? What are you doing?
I'm going to go with the higher rated player. I'm just figuring out who I like in that spot. I think for me, it would be Tully Tuipulotu.
Okay.
They could always use more edge pass rush help. I like Tully a lot, especially like right outside that top 40 range. So I'll go with Tully here.
Patriots on the clock at 46. This is where I would be okay with them taking a chance on Emmanuel Forbes. But Cam Smith's also here.
Yeah, I like Cam a lot more than him.
Yeah, I do too. Would I have them going in round one? Oh, Anton Harrison. Yeah, it's Anton Harrison. How long was the Juju deal?
3 years. I think 2 were guaranteed.
All right, I think I'll go Cam Smith.
God, I sound a little bit more miserable about it.
I want to go. I really want to go Josh Downs. I feel like we're well within Josh Downs territory, and maybe I should have picked Josh Downs at 44 for the Falcons, but yeah, I'll go Cam. I'm gonna go Cam Smith.
47, the Commanders. They got Deonte Banks in the first round at 16. This is one of those situations that now you start to think offensive line. Pulling up my rankings real quick. On the interior, this might surprise some people, but I'm going to take Tyler Steen with this pick. I love him at guard.
Okay.
I think he's going to be a really, really good NFL player at guard.
Okay.
Even though he was a tackle.
Yep.
And I have no problem taking him at 47. Give a little nasty to that Commanders front.
Lions back on the clock at 48. We've got Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith.
Jeez.
Oh. Could I go Jack Campbell here?
Oh.
That'd be filthy.
That is filthy.
No, I don't think they need. Well, I mean,
because they have Malcolm and
in theory, they don't need him because they have Alex Anzalone and Malcolm Rodriguez. Rodriguez has been great. Anzalone, I think, is good.
Sure.
Or I think he's fine when he's healthy, but he's been hurt a lot throughout his career. They also have Derek Barnes. They've got Jalen Reeves-Maven. I think they're okay there. I don't know if they need Campbell. Maybe Lions fans are going to yell at me, but I'll go because Sam Laporte is here too. He's the other one I'm thinking about. Sammy P. I think I'm gonna go Laporta. Because we're starting to get the run on tight ends here. So if you want to
Sure.
add a tight end, like this is you're getting towards the last one. So I'll go Laporta. Lions fans, you can yell at me if you would have rather had Jack Campbell.
Well, I'm taking him at 49 to the Steelers.
All right.
So
there it is.
The Steelers have Joey Porter Jr. in the first round. At the top of the second round, they got DeJuan Jones, and then they get Jack Campbell at pick 49.
That's nice.
That's pretty nice. Campbell, difference maker for the middle of their defense.
Is there any offensive tackle that I would like here for the Bucks? There is not.
It gets grim really quick at tackle.
It does get grim, doesn't it?
You're like officially in the Blake Freeland, Nick Saldiveri, Warren McClendon range of the draft.
Not at 50.
No.
Not at 50. I am leaning Josh Downs.
Why not?
I know they have Russell Gage. I know Chris Godwin plays in the slot. I know Mike Evans plays in the slot. But I think Josh Downs is going to be better than Russell Gage. So
I would agree.
And they heavily rotate their wide receivers anyways. I know they paid him a decent amount of money, but not really a linebacker that I would take here. I could take Diane Henley if they really think they're losing their Devin White. But I don't think they're losing Devin White because I think Devin White did not play this timing correctly for him to really man a trade. I'm going to go Josh Downs. Josh is going to be the higher player on my board anyways. So they got Lucas Van Ness at 19 and then Josh Downs at 50.
Dolphins at 51. I'm going to go with Luke Whippler here. Get a really athletic, smaller center that kind of fits what Miami does in the run game.
He's smart too.
It's just, this is perfect for McDaniel. He's your long-term answer at center. He's a dream for the scheme. Whippler at 51, it just really checks all the boxes of what they would want at that position.
Did you come up with that off the top of your head? He's a dream for the scheme?
Yeah.
Damn.
You like that one?
I did like that one. All right, Seattle is on the clock. They've gone mega beef up to this point.
Yeah, you got to take like Tank Dell or something to balance this out.
I'm going to go wide receiver, and I have Tyler Scott ranked higher. So I'm going to go with Tyler Scott here for them.
Speed for days. I think Seattle's my favorite draft so far in this thing.
They are killing it.
Yeah, it's such a fun draft that they've been able to pull off.
Yep.
The Bears on the clock. They got Tyree Wilson at 9. Is that the only pick they've made so far? Yes, because they also have pick 61 in this draft. Why do I feel like we're missing something from the Bears? No.
Are we?
No. Pick 53. So they only got Tyree Wilson so far. Still have a lot of needs. I think this is where you start to think maybe Joe Tippmann here. You look at what they could use. I'd like to see them upgrade center. Actually, call me a lunatic here.
I will anyways.
No, I don't think I'm going to do it. I'll be very transparent here. I am between Jahmyr Gibbs and Joe Tippmann right now. They don't really have a player like Gibbs in the offense. I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs.
Let's check out the depth chart here.
I'm thinking of Fields' rushing ability.
Sure.
Combined with Gibbs' speed.
Sure.
Gibbs' ability to take a check down and turn it into a chunk play.
All right.
I'm going with Gibbs.
Okay. I got to find Gibbs. Oh, there he is.
The football move was to take Tippmann. Let's have more fun move and help out the quarterback even. Maybe, I don't know.
Speaking of running backs, you had Bijan Robinson going 21 overall to the Los Angeles Chargers.
The most hated pick of the mock draft.
Dude, we don't have a live audience. You don't know
I heard the boos as soon as I made the pick. Did you see the video? Yeah. I have to talk about this. The video of the little kid at his first Detroit Red Wings game And the camera jumbotron goes to him, and he's got the sign with his family, like my first Red Wings game.
Uh-huh.
And the crowd cheers. And then they
Mhm.
cut to the Canucks fans. They were playing the Canucks, and they boo. And then they cut back to the kid and they cheer. And they cut to the Canucks fans and they boo. It was like the SpongeBob episode with Squidward. Brilliant content. If you haven't seen it, don't pause this. Watch the rest of the mock draft and then go search for it. It was my favorite thing of the week.
I did not see it, but I will have to look it up after this
Lovely.
podcast. The Chargers need some sort of cornerback reassurance, some sort of safety net that they can lean on. I'm gonna go Keely Ringo here, actually, at 54. So
Keely's like the forgotten man of this mock.
he is
right now.
he is. And when I was thinking about corners, I was like, he hasn't gone yet, and he's, he doesn't flip his hips as quickly as you would want to, but extremely athletic dude, still has incredible recovery speed, big tall corner, can play up and press man for you. So yeah, Keely at 54.
So the Lions, who basically pick every other selection in this draft, it feels like, they have Jalen Carter, they have Nolan Smith, they have Sam Laporta.
Sammy P.
This feels like a little bit of an FU pick.
Oh, sure.
Right? Like, I'm not really tied to, I can kind of do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought you had something in mind. Like, you were like, yeah, this is going to be an FU pick.
It can be.
Oh, I know who I'm picking next for the Jags.
Let's see something here.
If you take
I was not
pick,
prepared.
I'm gonna fight you.
I was not prepared for this right now with the Lions. I really wasn't.
You can pick anybody.
I can pick anybody.
Who's still left?
And that is why in Ben Johnson's high-flying passing attack, I'm going to take Jalen Hyatt.
Oh, okay.
Jameson Williams, Jalen Hyatt, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta.
Wow. Look, if anybody's really going to maximize whatever you can get out of Jalen Hyatt, I do feel like Ben Johnson is one of those coaches to be able to do it.
Easily.
All right, so the Jags are up at 56. I gave them Brian Branch in the first round. All right, you ready for this one?
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
They've got Travis Etienne at running back, okay? And now they have Zach Charbonnet.
Oh, let's go. Yes. All of the yes.
Dwayne McBride's still here, and Dwayne McBride is higher on my board.
Really?
Yeah, I have Dwayne McBride as RB3.
Wow, you are public enemy number one.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. McBride's a good player. I just didn't know that.
Yeah. No, I think my top 5 is going to be Bijan, Jameer, Dwayne McBride, Devon A. Chain, and then I cannot. It's either Zach Charbonnet or Chase Brown. It's one of those two dudes at 5 and 6. That's like my top 6 running backs right now. But I like the idea of Charbonnet complimenting Travis Etienne. Maybe I should just pick McBride.
No, I mean they're going to throw to the running back since Charbonnet catches the ball. McBride has 5 catches in the last 2 years.
It's 5 more than you have, buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not kidding.
I was very defensive there. Sorry.
You are very true, very right. I do not have a catch in college football.
Didn't deserve that. All right. So yeah, Charbonnet 56. Oh, that's setting myself up beautifully for 58. Sorry.
Well, it depends what I do. The Giants I've had quite a reputation in this draft. The Giants at 57, they got Quentin Johnston at 25. Here, they get Joe Tippmann at center, who has been mocked to them in the first round before. So, pretty good situation for a team that needs a center.
All right, so you went Joe Tippmann?
I went Joe Tippmann.
All right. Sorry, I was reading my phone. I'm trying to coordinate dog things literally mid-podcast, mid-mock.
Like, most of your life is coordinating dog things. Aren't you still responsible for a second dog?
Yeah, so like that's what we're actually doing right now. We Alyssa was on a walk. No, it's a month ago now, and she just like found this dog who was like cold, scared, gross, abandoned, dirty, and we didn't have any collar. Took her to the vet, didn't have any chip, and so like she's very sweet. Once we like obviously gave her a shower and a bath and everything, and so essentially we're fostering her right now, and we're working with an adoption agency to find her like a full-time.
It's a very, very nice thing to do.
We're trying.
I
We're
have
trying.
to ask, what is Marvel's thoughts on this
Oh,
situation?
dude, he's pissed. Yeah, he hates it.
Furious. Furious.
Dude, somebody's just like all up in his stuff right now. And like he's such a friendly dog. When we go to dog parks and stuff, he's like, oh yeah, friends. But then he comes home and like that's just like this is just his house, right?
Yes.
And now there's a dog, and he's like, wait a second. Why is
Who the hell
dog?
are you?
No, they get along. They get along fine though. But he does have a little bit of an attitude because he's a spoiled brat. Cowboys on the clock at 58 is perfect. I had them taking Michael Mayer at 26. Now I'm gonna have them take my RB3, Dwayne McBride, here at 58. Because I think he's probably the best player on the board.
All right. McBride goes to Dallas.
Let's go.
Punch that one in real quick. And that puts the Bills on the clock.
Do you like McBride? I don't think I've asked.
He's RB10 for me.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he's way down there. All right.
Yeah, but in this class, like, it was a battle for RB10.
I would have loved to obviously see what he tested at. I would have loved to see what the long speed is. But
that's a big one.
One, I'm not too worried about that because, again, we've said on this podcast a million times, you don't get those opportunities very, very often. And two, he seems like he is a bitch to hit, right? Like he seems like if you run into him, you're running into a big brick wall, which I absolutely love that trait of a running back. Also love his footwork. He's got fantastic footwork. And he was the most productive back in college football over the last 2 years. So
no denying that.
Would have loved to see the long speed, but I do think the guy is built very well to have a successful career in the NFL as long as the vision is where it needs to be with NFL speeds and the offensive line moving the way that it does and all that stuff. So I like a lot of his traits. Anyways.
So the Bills are on the clock here. They got Osiris Torrance in the first round. I am going to take, going by my board, DJ Turner in this spot at corner. Give them some depth at corner. He's got incredible athleticism. And they're a team that I still think quietly could use another corner in that room.
Okay. All right. Cincinnati Bengals on the clock at 60. I had them taking Dalton Kincaid at 28. Oh, we got a defensive lineman we like. Do we? Who's here?
It would be, you're talking interior?
Yeah.
So Carter, Cansey, Benton, and Brazil and Mozzie Smith are gone. You are looking in the Siaki Ika, Kobe Turner kind of area of the draft.
Turner, not bad. Don't hate it.
They still need a running back.
Oh, they do need a running back, right?
Yes.
Devon A. Chain is here. All right, we're going that way. We're going Devon A. Chain. Making it happen.
A Chain goes to the Bengals. The Bears are on the clock at 61. They have Jahmyr Gibbs, Tyree Wilson. They still need another body on that offensive line. I am going to go, I believe, with Cody Mauch in this spot.
Okay.
Because I think you could flex him, as we've talked about, at center and guard. Yeah, this is Cody Mauch for me, for the Bears.
So Mauch goes to the Bears. Eagles at 62. What do I have them taking? Zay Flowers at 30 and Darnell Wright at 10. I'm actually going to go Garrett Williams from Syracuse. I liked Garrett Williams, the corner from Syracuse. I liked Garrett Williams' tape a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's super smart. I love him in an off coverage role where he can keep his eye on the quarterback. I think he's a really nice outside corner option. Coming off a torn ACL, so like who knows exactly what the athleticism.
That's the big thing for him.
But I really liked him when he was healthy. So you get him behind Darius Slay and James Bradbury. That's a big win to me.
Yeah, he's a really good player. It's a shame he got hurt because you think his stock would be a lot higher than where we've talked about it before.
Yep.
The Chiefs at 63. I'm going to pull up my wide receiver board here. Look to get them some more talent there.
We've had your boy Tank Dell is here.
Tank Dell is there. He's wide receiver 10 for me. But wide receiver 8 for me is Marvin Mims. So I will take Mims.
I actually love this.
Marvin Mims to the Chiefs.
Wow.
Closes out the second round of our mock draft.
Okay. Chicago. Tyree Wilson. Jahmyr Gibbs. Cody Mauch. And now Emmanuel Forbes.
There he goes.
Forbes off the board.
65 is the Texans.
I just typed in the name Will for just so you know.
Who's next up?
Will Mallory is the last Will that is in the PFF database for you to draft here on the simulator.
Oh, my goodness. Will Mallory at 65. Can't make that one happen for the people.
For the will to win.
It's just never going to end. They have Will Anderson. They have...
You know who it is. You don't need to look
Levis.
it up.
They have Will McDonald.
You don't need to look it up.
See, the problem here with the Texans... Do they pick again? Oh, they do pick again very shortly. Okay. So I'm going to go more BPA approach here.
Okay.
I'm going to take Trenton Simpson for the middle of their defense.
Oh, nice.
I don't like that he's still on the board here at the top of round
he
3.
he probably should not be. He's just too athletic.
Exactly.
No, I like this. I like that a lot. Arizona Cardinals. Who do we have them taking? Brian Brzee?
Devin Witherspoon.
Devon Witherspoon? Okay. I think I'm going to go Isaiah Foskey here. I think Isaiah would be next on my edge board. Either him or Derek Hall. We'll go Foskey. I'm going to go Foskey here. Now you just need experienced, high floor, good edge players.
So the Broncos are at 67.
Yep.
And 68. They haven't picked in this draft.
No, they have not.
Which is fascinating.
And for good reason. I don't know what that, I have no idea what that means.
I was going to say, geez. I'm looking Julius Brents in this spot.
Oh, I was thinking about him for the next pick.
Well, there you go. So I think that goes to show you it aligns. Long, athletic corner. Good value. Like him at 67. Brent's to the Broncos with their first pick of the draft.
I think I'm going to go Diane Henley here. Henley's still on the board. Should not be.
Speedy back-to-back picks. Speed.
Yeah, real good linebacker prospect. Used to be a safety, but before then he was a wide receiver. I think speed is the one thing at their off-ball linebacker room that they need more of. So I'm going Henley at 68.
So the Rams took Matthew Bergeron, thanks to you, in the second round.
You're welcome.
Good pick. I'm looking at the edge class here, and I'm going to lean Derek Hall in this spot.
I like Derek Hall.
Yeah, Derek Hall, good effort rusher, good speed to power. Help out that edge pass rush for the Rams.
Raiders at 70. They had Keanu Benton in the second round. They had Anthony Richardson in the first round. Is there anybody here? I'm gonna go Nick Saldiveri. We're in Nick Saldiveri territory.
Absolutely.
I think he's somebody who could play guard for you or could play tackle. He's got some good versatility. He'd be a good pick for him. I'm actually, I was worried when I was clicking over to the tackle tab, but I'm pretty happy about this.
So the Saints got Steve Avila in round 1. They got Adetomiwa Adeboare at pick 40 in the second round. So they have a beefy draft right now. I think at this stage, I'm leaning secondary for them. I want to see what the board is like right now, especially at corner. Like, are they a team that can afford to take Clark Phillips? Probably. Obviously, they have Marshawn Lattimore.
He feels like a saint, you know?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go.
Just
I'm
like,
gonna go
just like attitude-wise.
Yeah, exactly. The edge he plays with.
You taking him?
It would be him or Jartavius Martin here.
Well, I already clicked on Clark Phillips.
So, then it's Clark Phillips, which I have no problem.
Come on down.
No problem with that at all.
Oh man, Jartavius, we need to get him off the board soon.
Yeah. This exercise shows you the talent that's always left in round 3.
Yeah.
After months of being like, that guy can't make it to round 2 or 3.
Titans on the clock at 72. You have them taking Keon White in the second round. Also Paris Johnson Jr. in the first round. So they went back-to-back trench players.
I think I know what you're doing here.
What do you think I'm doing here?
Is it Tank Dell time?
So I'm between Tank Dell or Michael Wilson because
that makes sense.
I've got Michael Wilson higher on my board. He's a better blocker, but
Yeah, he
I
does
don't.
fit nicely there.
But the thing is that he doesn't give them anything that they don't really already have. Maybe you think he's a better route runner, which I do. I think he's about a better route runner than the wide receivers they have, but he's a little limited athletically, and they have some other guys that bring some size.
Yeah, Traylon Burks, yeah.
But they're losing. No, you need that Robert Woods type of player, man. You need that guy who could block for you, who could be in on any down and distance, any kind of package. That's Michael Wilson to me. I'm going Michael Wilson, 72.
Conviction.
I talked myself into it.
The Texans at 73, I will not be taking Will Mallory.
Coward.
Because I will be taking Tank Dell in this spot.
Oh, brother, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely happening.
You're
they need a wide receiver. They
brother, you're robbing him?
Yes.
Of the Browns at 74?
Yes, I am.
You suck.
Yeah, it was a really shitty thing to do, honestly. But the reason I didn't take him at 65 and I took Trenton Simpson is because I knew I can get him at 73 right in front of the Browns. It's an evil thing to do.
You jackass. Okay, the Cleveland Browns, I mean, they got D-line needs.
They do.
They didn't pick yet, right?
This is like Ika-ish, where it starts for Ika. Oh, actually, Kobe Turner.
Wait, they were picking at 42. But then now the Jets are picking at 42.
The Elijah Moore trade.
Oh, Elijah Moore. Right. Okay. Well, they added Dalvin. Forgot about that. That's good. Obviously very good there. Miles Garrett, monster. Oh, I kind of want to go Gervin Dexter. Just an absolute house in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a good move for them.
If anybody teaches Gervin like what to do with his hands, he's as strong as an ox.
Right. Good team is they're getting wide receiver. They added Elijah Moore. It's not really another wide receiver that would tempt me here. Got David Njoku. Obviously, have Nick Chubb. Got Deshaun Watson. I'm gonna go Gervin Dexter. Yeah, that's the route. That's the route here. Dexter
75. The Falcons. You had them take Drew Sanders in the second round.
I did. That was me.
You had them take Christian Gonzalez in the first round.
I did. That was me.
That defense is shaping up. I am going to have them take Hendon Hooker here. Because why wouldn't you? I think Hendon Hooker is a better prospect than Desmond Ridder was. They gave Taylor Heineke some money. But at 75, no shot I'm passing on Hendon Hooker for a team that still hasn't figured it out at quarterback.
Okay. All right. So Hendon finally going off the board in the third round. We got the Patriots. Took Anton Harrison in the first round. I took Cam Smith in the second. Oh, I think I got to go Luke Musgrave here, right? Just absolute, just like tight end pipeline.
Yeah.
They still have Hunter Henry. Oh, they signed Mike Gesicki. Never mind. Oh, man, I would have liked Michael Wilson here. I played myself.
As one does.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you take Musgrave?
No.
Okay.
Did you click him?
No.
Okay. Oh, but they have Kyle Duggar. I don't think they take him. I'm gonna go with Kobe Turner from Wake Forest. I'm just gonna invest in the D-line.
I like Kobe Turner a lot.
I think that's a smart move. Yeah, at 76, it's a good pick for him.
Yeah, I have him pretty high in the grand scheme. No, 83rd, but like,
oh, okay.
He wasn't invited to the combine, and he's in the top 100.
Strange.
Rams at 77. They got Bergeron in round 2. They got Derek Hall in this round. This is where it gets interesting. You did have A-Chain come off the board, right?
Yep.
So this is where I would take a Abanikanda for the Rams.
Ooh, okay.
Speed in McVay's system, outside zone, running ability. Abanikanda to the Rams at 77. So this is why I didn't take Tucker Kraft to Green Bay in the last round. Because I thought there was a shot he could make it here.
Because you took
Tully,
Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tuli Tuipulotu. Yeah, Luke Musgraves is here.
Exactly. Like a tight end would be here, I thought.
Yep. You set it up well. You threw me the alley oop. I'll slam it home. We'll go Luke Musgrave.
The Colts at 79. They've had a good draft. They got CJ Stroud at 4. They got Jordan Addison at 35. And now they pick at 79. Man, I'm looking what's left of the offensive line class. Because you know those guys are going to go.
Yeah.
There's also one other. You know what? This pick is tough because, and we've talked about this, we don't know how his medicals will look after the back injury, but I'm going to take Chandler Zavala here.
Oh, okay.
Off of talent. The Colts
Chandler Zavala is good.
He is good, especially in like his pass pro ability for Stroud would be key here.
Yeah. Steelers are back on the clock. Joey Porter Jr. in the first round, DeJuan Jones top of the second round. Got Jack Campbell in the middle of the second round. Yeah, what a draft.
Yeah, they've done well.
Got any good interior defensive lineman? Oh. Byron Young, Moro Ojomo. I like these guys. I think I'm going to go Byron Young from Alabama.
Okay.
Oh, but Ojomo can play multiple spots. Ojomo can definitely play the DN spots. I'm going to go Ojomo, actually. Did you click it already?
No.
All right. We're going to go Texas defensive lineman Moro Ojomo. I think he's got some good versatility to him.
The Lions have taken Jalen Hyatt and Sam Laporta in round 2. And they walked out of round 1 with Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. So they're pretty loaded right now in this draft. It's actually kind of insane what they've been able to do. This is a tricky spot here. There's a lot of different ways they can go. I like Antonio Johnson in that defense.
Don't do it. Don't do that to me. Oh, actually, yeah, you could do that. You could do that if you want. I got a different player.
Okay.
Just Tampa picks right after this.
Actually, I lied.
Don't do it.
No.
Do not do
it. Am I really like about to take who you're thinking of? I'm taking Jartavius Martin.
You suck. There's no way. There's no way.
No way.
There's.
I clicked it. I had to click it. Can't believe that. This has been a banner of a snipe day. Oh my God.
All right, I'm taking Antonio Johnson for the Buccaneers.
There you
Lucas
go.
Van Ness in the first round, Josh
Great
Johnson
pick.
second round, Antonio Johnson in the third round. Shut up. Shut up.
Phenomenal selection. Sad I missed that one. Seahawks, Skoronski at 5. Miles Murphy at 20. John Michael Schmitz at 37.
Yeah.
And Tyler Scott at 52. The Seahawks cannot lose right now. At pick 83, Al Woods is still out there in free agency. I'm going to take Siaki Ika in this spot.
Okay.
Some big beef.
Some big beef.
For the middle of that defensive line.
Miami Dolphins, you gave him Luke Whippler. Little center prospect right there. Tucker Kraft still on the board.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go tight end here. So I'm going to go Tucker Kraft. It's pretty close between him and Luke Schoonmaker, honestly, for me. But we'll go Tucker Kraft. Chargers
at 85. They've walked out of this draft with Bijan Robinson, decent player.
Heard of him.
Keely Ringo at 54. Some good value there for the Chargers.
Hey, you're welcome.
At 85, thinking of getting them some speed
Okay.
in the middle of the defense, or that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, in theory.
I'll tell you, I might like this guy more than some other people. I would take Dorian Williams in this spot.
Oh, nice. All right.
I really would. I love his speed and coverage ability.
Okay.
Dorian Williams, 85.
Dorian Williams, 86 Baltimore Ravens. They only picked Mozzie Smith up to this point.
Oh, wow. No second round. That's right.
No, fortunately for them, though, Tyreek Stevenson's still on the board. So I think that's a really good selection, really good value for them at 86. So Mozzie Smith and now Tyreek Stevenson as an outside corner.
87, the Vikings. They started off this draft with Kalijah Cansey in the first round. And did they not have a second round pick?
I don't think
no, they traded up last year. Didn't they? At some point. Either way, they didn't have one in this draft. They need wide receiver help right now. I want to see who is next on my board because they have gone in this draft for us. This for me will be Jonathan Mingo.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Mingo to the Vikings.
Okay. I think Nick Herbig makes the most sense for the Jags at 88. We gave him Brian Branch in the first round, Zach Charbonnet in the second round, just getting another edge rusher in the rotation. Man, it's either him or Oluwatimi, the center from Michigan, who I also like.
I like him too, and I don't know why nobody cares about him. It's bizarre.
No, he's good. He's good. Maybe you should go O-line. Did you click Herbig yet?
No.
All right, then let's go Oluwatimi.
I like that pick a lot. The Giants at 89, they've gotten Quentin Johnston. And in round 2, they got Joe Tippmann. So they have knocked out two major needs on offense. I know they want corner help. I don't know what's left of this corner class as we sit here. Darius Rush.
There's some decent players, I think.
There is some decent players here, actually.
It's decent.
It is decent. Honestly, they could even... Well, I don't know what's up to the D-line class here either. Zach Pickens is there. Jaquelin Roy is there.
I have the guy that I want to pick for the Cowboys right after you at 90, and I swear to God, if you pick him, it's going to be... Is
it Byron Young?
No.
Okay. Okay, so for the Giants at 89, I'm going to go with Jaquelin Roy to get them some depth on the interior of their defensive line, which I know is something they are eyeing.
Cowboys are up at 90. You did not take my guy. Michael Mayer in the first round, Dwayne McBride in the second round. I'm going to go with Carl Brooks here at 90. I like him. A lot of versatility along the interior defensive line or edge. Just kind of depends how much weight you want to put on him. Surprise combine snub.
Yeah, for sure.
Thought he absolutely should have been there, and he's a top 3 round pick because of it. You're up.
Everybody that gets a Senior Bowl invite should be automatically invited to the combine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make sense. Osiris Torrance at 27 to the Bills. Then in the second round, the Bills got corner help with DJ Turner. That's insane value, that pick there. Now they're on the clock here at 91. A lot of different ways they can go. Oh, man. I'm trying to think if they need depth at safety right now. I like that they signed Damian Harris. That gives me confidence in their backfield. They got their safeties got. They did sign Taylor Rapp too. That was a sneaky third safety signing.
Sneaky.
Let's look at rotational pass rushers as well on the edge. Something they could. You didn't take Herbig. That's right.
No, I did not. Big Herb still on the board.
Oh no, I know what I'm doing here.
Italian herbs and cheese.
Yaya Diaby from Louisville.
I got him, folks.
Yeah, that was good. Yaya Diaby to the Bills at 91. I love his explosiveness. That was really good.
Bengals at 92. I had him taken Darnell Washington in the first round. Right? Did I?
No, Darnell Washington went to the Jets in the second round.
Sorry, Dalton Kincaid in the first round, and then Devon Achane in the second round. We're going to defense here with their third round pick. We're going with Sidney Brown, safety Sidney Brown. I love Sidney Brown, man. As long as he is healthy, I feel like he is a total versatile guy for you. He can play both safety spots, can play in the nickel a little bit, can even play at the linebacker level. So Sidney Brown here for the Bengals tonight.
Yeah, so I was going to take him. He was in
good,
play for
good,
me
good.
for the Bills at 91, but I passed on him.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So
Sorry.
no.
I thought
So
you were
no.
going to say
I was not going to take him at 93 to the Panthers.
Okay.
So the Panthers in this draft have gotten Bryce Young and Cedric Tillman so far. They're going to continue to need weapons. Let me check out where they're at with running back. Oh yeah, we got a lot of different options here at running back. The next one on the board for me would be Roschon Johnson. So I will go with him as much as Eric Gray intrigues me here.
Okay. So you're going with who?
Tyjae Spears. Let me see their depth chart of what kind of running backs they could need. They have Miles Sanders.
They do have Sanders, and they paid.
I forgot they paid Sanders.
Yeah. Serious.
That kind of gets me
serious.
Not thinking running back this early here. They're a weird team, huh? Not a weird team in a sense. Like you think they need everything, and then you look at their roster.
No,
and
no.
Really
Carolina
don't.
just needs a really good quarterback. Honestly,
right? The defense has made really nice strides here. Really nice strides. So in this spot, oh, this would be a cheeky pick. No. I'm just going to keep stacking weapons, I think, for them.
Do it.
Who is my next wide receiver on the board? We had Mingo go, Michael Wilson went.
We had a lot of them go.
This will be Rashee Rice for me.
Okay.
Yeah, Rashee Rice to the Panthers. So they got Tillman and Rice. So they got kind of these bigger,
Tillman and Rice sounds like a meal plan.
Tillman and Rice. Oh, man. All right, 94. You're on the clock with the Eagles.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your analysis.
No, please. I just realized I'm just going way too long.
Okay, Eagles, Darnell Wright, Garrett Williams. Let's see, Zay Flowers. Got any offensive linemen worth it? Wanya Morris.
Wanya for sure is.
I don't know. I don't think I'd probably do that. Ooh. Hold on. I kind of want Chase Brown here.
Okay. Just take a super freak athlete at running back for Philly.
Yeah. And a dude who will just run hard for you. Oh, wait. Nick Herbig's still here. I'm taking Nick Herbig. Yeah. I'm taking Italian herbs and cheese.
There he goes.
A foot long Italian herbs and cheese.
The Chiefs at 95.
Yep.
They have taken B.J. Ojulari and Marvin Mims. Let's see what's left of the. This will probably be Zach Pickens for me, I would think. Actually, no. By rankings, it would be Byron Young.
Oh, Byron's still here. Yeah. I didn't pick him.
Yeah, it would be Byron Young for me. So the Chiefs beef up the interior of their D-line.
All right, nice. I like it. Budda Baker demanded a trade. Doesn't seem to be happy in Arizona.
Doesn't want to lose.
Doesn't want to lose. I got
also wants to get paid.
Isaiah Foskey, Brian Brzee, and Devon Witherspoon now here at 96. I'm going to go Jordan Battle to potentially replace Budda Baker as a strong safety there.
Battle's a good player.
I think so too.
He's a good player in a bad safety class.
Smart player, experienced player. He's good.
Yes.
Yep.
Washington has walked out of this draft with Deonte Banks in round 1. They got, I know they had a second round pick. I could have swore. Because I think I made it. Yes, Tyler Steen.
Yeah, you did.
In round 2.
Yeah.
It's like a sick part of me that's like, am I going to take Tanner McKee in this spot? I'm not.
I'm not. Part of me.
That's a real sicko part of me.
Dude. I'm looking at the next team. Sorry, we're not there yet.
No. Do your thing. I'm actually going to capitalize on the tight end class here and take Luke Schoonmaker.
Oh, nice. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Yep.
He's good.
Yes, he is.
Cleveland Browns. I gave them Gervin Dexter in the second round. No, earlier in the third round. now here later in the third round. I would love to give them a wide receiver. Dude, have you their wide receiver depth chart right now is bananas. Amari Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Elijah Moore, Anthony Schwartz, Marquise Goodwin, David Bell, Jalen Darden, Michael Woods, Jakeem Grant, Marquez Stevenson, Galen Baldwin, Demetric Felton, Isaiah Weston, Mike Harley Jr. How do they have this many players?
Dude.
I'm going A.T. Perry. I don't care. He's better than most of them.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Perry comes off the board.
Yep.
The Niners are on the clock. They will pick 3 of the 4 final selections of this mock draft.
They do indeed. Always a fun treat.
Always, it really is a treat. I will start it with corner, and I will have them take Darius Rush.
Oh, great pick.
Yeah, it's speed,
great
size.
Pick.
And then you get to pick for the Raiders in between these picks.
Raiders are at 100. Have them going Anthony Richardson, Keanu Benton, Nick Saldiveri. 3 picks that I am very happy with, all things considered. Actually, I think I'm about to round out a sick draft here.
Am I about to do this?
Am I about to? Is he about to go off?
Don't do it to him.
Is the mock draft that did it to him?
Imagine that's how we titled the video. Oh God, that would be good. The mock draft that did surprise faces, flames, explosions, a volcano somewhere.
I'm gonna go Eli Ricks.
Okay.
Super talented corner from Alabama. Was at LSU. Just needs to kind of figure it all out.
Yeah, he really does. All right, so Ricks goes to the Raiders.
The mock draft that did it
to him. The Niners at 101. I just had to take Darius Rush.
Yep.
I'm going to have them take some tackle depth here with Blake Freeland from BYU.
Okay.
And you get to close this thing out. Do it to him.
All right, and I get to do it to him here at the end. Okay, so Darius Rush, Blake Freeland. I mean, San Francisco cannot have that many needs, right? I mean, like this team's
good.
What are we looking at here? Ooh. You know, I'm gonna go with Jamie Robinson from Florida State.
Okay.
Guy who plays a lot of different layers in the defense. Can play safety for you. Can play nickel corner. Can play even at the linebacker level. I really like him, especially as a final pick here in the third round. There we go, folks. I'm not reading them all off. It's not happening. You should have taken notes.
No, you don't do that in this one.
Maybe Ryan's going to have a bunch of them on the screen for you, but if not, try to borrow your pen and pencil. But we promised that we were going to give it to you, and there it is. The 3-round, what we would do mock draft. We did it to him.
They did it to him.
We're not sure exactly what we're going to have for the second episode this week because we want to kind of stay fluid with what you guys want to hear. If you have suggestions on it, please let us know in the comments. Also, hit up the comments to let us know what you thought about this mock draft. Let us know what you thought about certain teams' hauls, whether a player went way too far, way too low, or way too high, whatever it is. Any end of the spectrum, we would love to hear from you. Love to hear what you guys thought of the scenario and how it played out with the Texans not taking a quarterback at number 2, but we're open to all sorts of feedback. We love having conversations about all different kinds of draft hauls. So hit us up on the YouTube comments. Is the best way to get in on the conversation. If you don't have a YouTube account, at Tampa Bay Trey, at Connor J. Rogers, both on Twitter and on Instagram. You guys can follow us there. Tweet at us your comments there, and we'll respond to as many as we possibly can. Connor, anything else before we get out of here?
No, a lot of fun. Yep. Just to get to talk about more players in this draft and how they align with certain teams in rounds 2 and 3. And you talk about the Broncos, the Niners, those teams that had to wait. So the Rams. So this was about time for us to do this exercise before we do our final one, predicting how we think round 1 actually goes.
Final stretch, folks. In the next 10 to 11 days, you guys are going to get our final predictive mock draft, our final big boards, our final thoughts overall. We're going to recap as many of the rumors and what we're hearing about what's going to happen on draft night. It is going to be a fantastic next few days, next few weeks. You can be riding with us for all of it. I'm Trevor Sikkema. That is Connor Rogers. Thank you guys so much for listening to the NFL Stock Exchange podcast. See you guys next time.